level of provocation, no matter the level of disrespect, he assumed that the driver, the Uber guy might have, gone out of line. I feel that he should have been in a situation where he's supposed to have controlled himself, knowing fully well that he occupies a very executive position, envious position in the land. Among the 200 million Nigerians, he's one of the people that are selected, to represent Nigeria at the Federal House of Assembly. So it's not just a mere feat anyway. So what he has just done, and his level of expression, that anger, was not too good for him. He would have looked for a way to at least, control the excess, no matter how you feel about it. Nigerians are not happy when you come to situations like this. We have seen numerous lawmakers, going extra miles, doing some certain things, abusing the public space, just because of their position. And for him to have gone to that extent of saying, call anybody, do anything, I can even make sure that, your existence is questionable. So it does not augur well for his position. It does not augur well for his personality. It does not augur well for the family he came from. From our findings, we discovered that his father was a former military administrator. I cannot pinpoint actually the particular state, but I can tell you he's from a well-to-do family, and we expected that that level of decorum, intelligence, and a show of humanity in trying to bring a situation like this to control. I've watched the video. If he has made such statement, that is not too good. But I've watched that video. I have never seen where he said he has been running something like that often and on. He has been abusing people. Every time there's people are not always in the right mood. No matter how you look at it, at every point in time, at every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, there's a minute mildness. Maybe he wake up from the wrong side of the bed, and this is the first time we are hearing such a thing coming from his angle that has gone public. I think the IG will intervene, the presidency will intervene, the lawmakers will intervene. Everybody is calling that there should be adequate compensation for the Uber driver that was abused.
So, some people are getting to say that the Uber driver is at fault or so, and I believe that is part of their security measure to go deliver a good by staying outside the compound, because we have seen several cases whereby Uber drivers are being kidnapped and so on and so forth. And in that very video, the guy has so much kept mute by not disrespecting him that much, but the anger and this overpower this thing in lawmakers and honorables, has come to.
I don't know how it went in that direction, but the fact is that everything is manner of approach, the way he approached him. But I think there should be a process of which some parcels like that should be delivered. I'm not saying that what the man did is correct. It's not that correct. It's condemnable, no matter how you look at it, and it should be condemned. But the fact still remains that at every point in time, we should learn to control ourselves. And let us see what the federal government, the authorities are going to do about it. But for me, I think he should tender an apology, and if there's any level of compensation that should be given to that boy, and in fact, something will not repeat itself again.
So what measure do you think that the House of Rep will take to
I think what the police need to do first of all is to conduct an investigation into the matter very well, then allow an independent body to investigate it. Then from there they will come out with their report, and then from that report we will now know the direction the whole thing is going to take, because we cannot be here and judge actually what happened. But the statement of the lawmaker does not augur well, does not mean well. It shows that he is also is a lawmaker and a breaker of law.
All right, should we talk about
that one showed that the need for something that is fundamental before we do election. some candidate that want to occupy some office, they need to subject them to drug tests. I know what I'm saying. This is not the first time we will hear some of these our legislators misbehave. I could remember one senator also slapping a female attendant at one toy shop. When you check all these things, they are not in normal behavior. They are not normal behavior. They should subject them to the drug test before they elect them into all these sensitive office. If you could remember, recently there is a Senator Nola Asiru in Kwara State. They enter his house and they find so many drugs there. They are still on it. NDLA, the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in his house they find drugs there. How come? So to tell you that all this, in that house you find so many rogues, former criminal, ex-convicts from foreign, ex-foreign convicts. They pull our House of Assembly, and that's why you will see that all the law that are coming out of from there is either they are obnoxious law or law that is not relevant, law that cannot solve our problem. These are the kind of law you will be hearing coming out of that place, and unnecessary, law that cannot affect common man on the street, like changing of national anthem, like for sometimes they say you will need to collect permission before you recite all those frivolous law that doesn't it doesn't impact our life. Those are the kind of law you will be hearing coming out from them. Apart from them, they now had violence to the problem that is on ground. So it's very, very unfortunate to see this kind of a thing, that somebody they call honorable behave honorably, dishonorably outside, and in the public of every world he mess himself, he disgrace his family, he disgrace Nigeria as a whole, and he disgrace our National Assembly. So for that reason, I think they should be subjecting these people into drug tests before we elect them. They should have a certified drug-free test before we do the election. Even after voting, maybe periodically they should be subjecting them to this kind of it. You know, in sport, people just thought that was necessary in the sport. In political circle of Nigeria nowadays, it's also necessary. Maybe they should be subjecting them to drug tests often and often. So maybe periodically, maybe once in a year or twice in a year, or anyone that misbehave like this, they should subject him to drug tests. They should subject him to drug tests, or they to carry him to maybe psychiatric hospital and check maybe everything is all right with him, so that we will not have mad people over there doing law for us, and we will say we have House of Assembly.
It's also trending in the east. That tells you that a lot of extrajudicial killing that is going on there, by trigger happy policemen. And I thought the policeman has been arrested and judgment needs to be taken place in that regard. It's unfortunate that issue need to be investigated. We don't know, how can you just shoot somebody 8 times and you say it's an accidental discharge? That is not acceptable anyway. And of course, the government of Enugu State should be able to look inward and see how the family should be placed on everlasting compensation, at least to cushion the effect of the lost ones. That was killed by police.
So the eastern people generally over the years have been facing a threat from the police, killing, brutality, so on and so forth. That's been going on, and it seems that this might be can we say it is a deliberate thing, whereby even though the governors in all those eastern states are not saying anything and watching their citizens being bullied or maltreated by Nigerian police.
Everything comes with a perception. Everything comes with body language. Everything comes with the understanding of what you think over another person. The government has not been able to handle the issue of insecurity in the East very well, and they know the consequences of it, and they allow it to continue to spill over and over again. It has gotten getting to an extent that the killing has become very uncontrollable. And in the same east, we saw somebody was just killed a week after. We are seeing Igbo Jah'S, a popular Ogene musician, was murdered in a very mysterious circumstances. But I tell you that the people of Enugu State, and of course he's a popular person, a well-known Ogene musician in Enugu, and not only in Enugu, across the southern part of the country. So I think to understand, it's not somebody that is that his quest for justice can be thrown under the carpet. It can never happen, and it can never done. And this also another opportunity to let the IG and the police management and the police commission to look inward and see how they can be able to begin a certain reform that can make the police institution more disciplined than what.
So what do you consider? Do you embrace something like a state policing in the eastern part? At least, if the confidence from the police is not strong enough, I believe from state policing, having the people of the state being trained, professionally in a military way, providing security measures for the people of the state. I believe that it will really help. Or what do you think?
It's a matter of legislation. When there's legislation in that regard, I think that issue of police autonomy or every region having their own police system is still on the pipeline. It has not. It has to pass through law. It has to pass through bill. It has to pass through debate. It has to pass through legislation before it can be approved that we are ready to run police, state police, regional police, whatever nature is going to come. Even local government police is also encouraging to checkmate excesses of insecurity across the world. So until that is done, we cannot say that because of unfortunate incident that Southeast should be constrained to adopt the idea of state police. It has to be a national thing. It has to go through legislation before that can be.
All right, thank you very much.